Alo, alo.
Own little method in the instructions in chat. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, bring it overhead and bring it up. It's not actually going to. All we have to do is go ahead and pop out the chat. Have to go live. All we have to do is go ahead and pop it there before. This chat is not. Let's bring it over here and bring it up. Do to activate. And we'll just bring it. Let's type something in here. So we'll type hello. See, it pops up here. It pops up in our main chat window. So this is the main chat overlay, and we can do whatever we want with it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to place it over here. In fact, what I can do is I'm going to go ahead and make that full screen and just grab this, bring this over here. In chat window. So this is the main. It pops up. We'll type activate any of these features is type something in here. So type hello, and you can see it pops up here. It pops up in our main chat window. So this is the main chat overlay, and we can do whatever we want. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place it over here.
And the shuttle has cleared the tower. Four computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Up in my dockable Facebook into our capture. I'm going to call this click O capture. If you want the Alt key to clear and to have a window, and then I'm just right click on it. Now I just the way we'd want it to look. Just you can actually type it different ways. It gives you so many options. It shows up right on the screen after the chat up over here. If we click on it in our chat doc, and there we go. We can see it turns green. And enable the extension. And once you do that, this turns green. So now we'll just type some YouTube chat, and there we go. We can see it showing up over here. If we click on it in our chat doc, you can see that it shows up right on the screen using our browser add-in. It looks fantastic. I'm just gonna hold down the Alt key and shrink this up a little bit, move it down here to the bottom. And Tech Examine is helping me out on this up a little bit, move it down here to the bottom. I'm gonna hold down the Alt key and shrink this up a little bit, move it down here to the bottom. Go up and click our extension. So now we'll just type some YouTube chat, and there we go. We can see it showing up over here. If we click on it in our chat doc, you can see that it shows up right on the screen using our browser add-in. It looks fantastic. I'm just gonna hold down the Alt key and shrink this up a little bit, move it down here to the bottom. And Tech Examine is helping me out on Twitch. So there we go. We can look at his Twitch comment. The only thing I noticed that's a little strange here is when you add chat on Twitch, for some reason it has this HTTPS after the user's name. That's really the only glitch that I saw on here. It's a little strange and slightly annoying, but it doesn't happen on the chat that I saw on here. It's a little strange and slightly annoying. The clan, some added PlatTube. You can add this absolute chat direct and chat on. Well, more chat shows. It shows up in my dockable window. If I put it.
Let me show you how to program, which I'll leave. We're going to be installation and usage and download. Turn off the bot before UI ideas is going to rank in search results to get you more views and subscribers to grow your YouTube channel. It also does. Click on settings. Then
Hello. Now let's get into our OBS overlay now. Next, we're going to go back into our browser, and we're going to go ahead and copy out this second link right here. The browser. Let's paste that. Here I'm in YouTube, drag copied right in here, and click OK. And now we have OBS all set up. We'll just drag this to where we want it. Let's take a look at how this is going to work. So right here, I'm in YouTube's live streaming studio. I'm just going to click on the. It just makes it easy to make. If we go into details, we can see there are some settings. Turn select folder. I'm going to browse to that directory and open it, and then just click select folder. And there we go. Our social ninja is in, and that is up here. A lot of you know that I use a loop deck live, and I absolutely love it. Now I use it for my move it down here to the bottom, and
Hi.
You know where we haven't been in the longest time? One Mean Restaurant!
Nhìn mẹ. Một cái áo như này không biết. Đâu động cái ác này.
Paimon suddenly has a craving for food that makes you feel like your mouth's on fire. Can we go to One Mean Restaurant?
Yeah. Vẽ cái ác này hay quá.
One client, two clients, three clients. Huh? Toodaloo. Kamisato art. Sumetsu.
Rồi. Không điện gì luôn. À. Oh, what the fuck? Gì vậy?
No matter what lies ahead,
Kệ mẹ ơi.
This looks like Inazuma. Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful. Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
you don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here. Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace? You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
I hear footsteps. This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground. Who are you? You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna. And the rest is history. Well, it used to be. In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second-in-command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Sao mình học tiếng Anh nhiều xong rồi mình hiểu như này.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Rồi lại cày lại đầu ác phụ lại mệt quá, muốn cày kia cày. Không phải HK15 với cả cái kia.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Take flight! I'll protect us.
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
This child didn't have a
Xin
name.
chào mọi người
Or
đến
rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too. The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
Mẹ mình phải này. Không sao, chỉ cần lên. Hả? Chưa? Đi cơ. À, biết thế có phải là cái gì đó liên quan.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
The long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
This place is dark.
In the original version of events, the traveler once encountered the balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar. Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? Forget it.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story.
Yes.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results and your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Let's move on.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, Then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass.
That's mean.
Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current...
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of... As a puppet living in...
Regaining your memories, are you sure you wanted to...
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self. I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn, so I beg you.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will... You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is... my...
Is he alright? No way!
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end. This is trying my patience.
Have you got all your memories back now?
Questions? Squall and Fury! Perish! At my command, you shall fall! The wind rises. Insignificant pest!
Me?
My endless cycle begins!
Insignificant past!
The wind rises.
Squall Fury! Know your place!
Imbecile!
It disappeared.
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too!
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am. You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Whirling snow! Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Balladeer. It feels like we just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted. You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it. After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the Sixth is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish. What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've...
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes. And I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan, but before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so... Oh, right. I almost forgot. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul.
You trying to win?
What exactly happened before and after that? I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma? So that's how you found out who's fated. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do every... Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships, but...
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be... I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day...
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's a...
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Ooh! Paimon wants to...
Why?
Because...
Then I...
A name is life's first gift. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them...
No! Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name...
Have you got anything? Are you sure? Okay. Have you got... Have no need for these names anymore. Okay. Have you... Are you sure? Okay. Have you got anything? Are you sure? Huh?
There. Now you haven't...
What about a nickname? Are you done yet? Take your time. I don't need to see you everyone who manipulated me.
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
Now that your stance has changed...
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible, even though the events have been erased from the world.
I see. Huh?
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Alright, goodbye, wise deity. And you—
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant.
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, so we can finally—
Thank you both.
I've got it! I can end my novel.
You mean because everyone else...
Yeah! I heard that Mikoto, the Dark Clouds, then, one night, has all these life.
Kamisato art! Sumetsu!
这样的